Dynamics 365 Consulting Services, Scope, Deliverables, and Typical Pricing. Dynamics 365 Consulting Services, Scope, Deliverables, and Typical Pricing. That's what we're tackling today. If you've been wondering about Dynamics 365 Consulting Services, stick around. Next up, now, what Dynamics 365 Consulting Services actually cover. Dynamics 365 Consulting Services span advisory, implementation, customization, integration, migration, and ongoing support. A consultant's job is to translate your processes into the right mix of D365 modules, then configure or build the platform to match how your teams work, not the other way around. The scope usually starts before any software is touched. A discovery phase maps your current workflows, data sources, and compliance constraints. For regulated industries like healthcare and banking, this phase carries more weight because audit trails and data residency rules shape the architecture from day one. The first deliverable is a solution blueprint. This document defines which modules you need, how data flows between them, and what gets customized versus configured. Getting this right matters because the line between Dynamics 365 customization and out-of-the-box configuration drives most of your cost. We cover that trade-off in detail in our guide on Dynamics 365 customization versus configuration. Next up, moving on to what modules does Dynamics 365 have? Dynamics 365 has two main product families, customer engagement and ERP apps. Each module licenses separately, so you only pay for what you deploy. The CRM side handles your customer-facing processes. Sales tracks pipeline and forecasting, customer service manages cases and SLAs, and field service coordinates on-site work. The ERP side runs your back office, with D365 Finance and Operations covering general ledger, accounts payable, and complex supply chains. For logistics and SaaS teams, the sales and customer service modules usually anchor the deployment. They connect to the Power Platform for low-code extensions, which means you can build approval flows and custom apps without heavy custom code. See real examples in our Power Automate Workflow Examples post. Now, moving on to how much does Dynamics 365 implementation cost? Dynamics 365 implementation typically costs between $25,000 for a small CRM rollout and $500,000 plus for a multi-module enterprise deployment, with most mid-size projects landing in the $75,000 to $250,000 range. The CRM implementation cost depends on user count, module count, and customization depth. Licensing is separate from implementation. Per-user licenses run roughly $65 to $210 per month depending on the module, and that recurring cost should be in your total cost of ownership model from the start. Three variables move the number most: the volume of Dynamics 365 customization you require, the number of legacy systems needing integration, and data migration complexity. A clean Salesforce to D365 migration with standard objects costs far less than untangling 15 years of custom fields. For a realistic mid-size breakdown, read our Dynamics 365 implementation timeline and budget guide. Let's talk about how long does D365 implementation take. Dynamics 365 implementation typically takes 3 to 18 months depending on modules, users, and customization complexity. A single module CRM rollout for a small team can go live in 8 to 12 weeks, while a multi-entity finance and operations program spans a year or more. The timeline tracks closely with scope. Discovery and blueprint take 2 to 4 weeks. Configuration and customization run the longest. Data migration, testing, and training fill the final stretch before go-live. A standard engagement splits into discovery, design, build, test, deploy, and hypercare. Skipping or compressing the test phase is the most common cause of failed go-lives. We've seen this pattern across industries, and it echoes findings in our analysis of why 67% of digital transformations miss deadlines. Next up, Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce, which CRM is better? For organizations already on the Microsoft stack, Dynamics 365 usually wins on total cost of ownership and native integration with Microsoft 365, Azure, and Power Platform. Salesforce often leads on third-party app marketplace breadth. The honest answer is that the better CRM depends on your existing tooling and team skills. If your team lives in Outlook, Teams, and Excel, the Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce decision tilts toward D365 because the data and UI feel native. Salesforce shines when you need a vast app exchange ecosystem or already have Salesforce-trained admins. Microsoft Stack shops, regulated industries needing Azure compliance certifications, and teams wanting tight Power BI reporting integration lean D365. Our full breakdown lives in Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce, an honest comparison for 2026. Now, let's talk about how to choose a Dynamics 365 implementation partner. Choose a Dynamics 365 implementation partner based on Microsoft certification status, relevant industry experience, transparent pricing, and a clear governance process, not just the lowest bid. The right partner reduces risk far more than they cost. Microsoft Solutions Partner designation signals verified competency. Beyond the badge, look for case studies in your industry and references you can actually call. Q Services is a Microsoft certified solutions partner for Dynamics 365 with 500+ projects delivered since 2014. Ask how they handle scope changes, who owns the data during migration, and what the support model looks like after go-live. A capable Dynamics 365 Business Central partner will answer these without hesitation. Our 10-point partner evaluation checklist gives you a scorecard. Next up, let's talk about integration, customization, and migration deliverables. The deliverables that separate a smooth rollout from a stalled one are integration, customization, and migration artifacts. These are where Dynamics 365 consulting services earn their fee. Dynamics 365 integration services connect D365 to your ERP, payment systems, data warehouse, and external APIs. For Microsoft Stack teams, the Power Platform connection is the highest leverage integration because it unlocks low-code automation across the business. Yes, Dynamics 365 is built on Dataverse, the same data layer Power Platform uses, so integration is native rather than bolted on. This lets you build custom apps and automated workflows directly against your CRM and ERP data. Teams running this at scale should review our Power Platform governance framework. Let's talk about conclusion. Scoping Dynamics 365 consulting services well comes down to three things: knowing which modules match your size and industry, budgeting for the full picture including licensing and Dynamics 365 customization, and choosing a partner with transparent governance. Implementation timelines run 3 to 18 months and costs range from $25,000 to well past $500,000, so the discovery phase is where you protect your budget. Whether you're weighing Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce, planning a Business Central rollout, or scoping migration services, the partner you pick determines whether you hit those numbers. If you're ready to scope your project with a Microsoft certified solutions partner that publishes its delivery metrics, reach out to Q Services for a discovery call and a fixed blueprint you can budget against.